everyone, it's me, Trisha. Thank you for joining me on Creative Unique Treasures. And I'm here and I've got my, this is what I'm going to be up to today. I got my flannel shirt and I got my pajama bottoms. I have one pair and two pairs. Well, this is a half a pair actually. So there's that one. And here's another pair of men's pajama bottoms, men's flannel shirt. Here's the shirt again. This is the one I'm going to be upcycling and turning it into a edgy kind of flannel, more feminine flannel shirt with a ruffle. Here's another shirt, a flannel shirt that I'm going to use for the ruffle. And so I'm going to go ahead and point you down, let you know what I'm going to do here. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me go ahead and, there we go. Alright, coming down. And I'm going to move you over here a little bit. So I got my pants and I got one shirt to cut up to make a ruffle and to add things to the shirt. But here's the shirt. Let me lay that down there so you can get a good... I already bleached a little bit of it, and I'll probably bleach a little bit more once I get the whole shirt made and assembled. So I have this shirt, this men's shirt, and it's a size extra large. Well, actually it's a 2X, I believe, because it has 2 X's and an L. So that's the, and it's 100% cotton flannel. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to meet the side seams right here. And I want it to be a high-low kind of shirt, so I want it higher in the front than in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and meet these two seams up on the side and lay it down like this. Then I'm going to go get my scissors and I'm going to go ahead and cut like a diagonal line just on this, the front part, not the back, because I want the back long. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Okay, I decided to take the chalk and mark my line. So it'll go like right here. Now just come up this way. Just like that. Then I'll go ahead and cut both layers. Try to go straight on my line there. There we go. And we have this for some extra flannel that we can add to the other pieces for patches. So here it is. I unfolded it. I'm going to button it up so we can get a look at and see if it needs a little trimming here or there. but I don't think it will. Let's check it out. So here's the back, you know, and here's the front. I buttoned it up. Alright, that turned out like I wanted it. Alright, so there we are with that so far. Okay, here's what it looks like now. We have it higher in the front, and this is the back. I should probably iron it, but I'm not going to quite yet. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the two sleeves. And I want to take a little bit off of there, so I want to add a ruffle to the end of the sleeves. So I'm going to go ahead and line these two up. Go to this seam and this seam right here. Kind of goes, pull it a little snug. Make sure that they're kind of flat as best as I can get it. And that they match up. They lay flatter. There we go. And then I want to go about 8 inches up. Let me pull it up a little bit here. There we go. So I got my ruler and 8 inches, and take my chalk. 8 inches is about right here on this line. It's right about on this line here, so if I go ahead and just cut along this line, both sleeves. I'm going to go ahead and cut both sleeves off at the same time. So there we go. We got some more. Okay, let's see what that looks like. This is the fun part, cutting it all up and hoping for the best. Okay, here's the sleeves, how there's, 8 inches off. Alright. Okay, what I got here going on is I got the shirt, and I have my high-low. This is the front and this is the back. I got my sleeves cut 8 inches off the sleeves. Here's the other one. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my pants, my jammy pants, and I ended up grabbing another pair. So here's one, and here's another pair, and they're all three of them are cotton, so they'll dye up nice, I hope. At least that's what I've heard anyway, so we'll find out. So I got the buffalo check, the plaid, and the black plaid there. And I do have a half of one of the green and blue. So one leg. But I'm going to disassemble the jammy pants, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to take them and put them inside out so I can see the seams. I think that would be easier on for me. So I'm just going to cut up the middle seam, the inseam. And these are going to be my ruffle around the whole shirt and around the sleeves. I'm going to do this side of the ruffle, or the leg. I wonder if it tears. It does, but I don't want to do that, I don't think. I don't want it to be flared. I don't want it to be frayed yet. And I don't need the pocket. I do want to save the pocket, so in case I let's see, where do I want to cut? I guess I'll cut right there along the elastic. There we go. And then cut out the pocket, put that aside. So there's the pocket. Put that with my scraps. I think I'll go ahead and cut around the elastic and not cut into the elastic. So this part is very simple and easy. You just kind of go follow along to try to get as much material as you can. So I got a good long piece there. And that's one front of one leg. So here's the other side. Go all the way up to the elastic. Sorry if I get out of frame, I apologize. Okay, there's another leg. So there we go with two. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all 3.5 pairs of the jammy bottoms, and then I'll come right back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the sleeve, the flared out sleeve, and here's the sleeve right here. So I'm going to go ahead and measure, and my sleeve is about 8 inches. So it's 8 inches there, and it's 8 inches on the other side, so that's 16. And I'm going to double that, or triple that. I guess you can triple it, but I'm just going to double it and add 6 inches to it for my ruffle. So 8 and 8 is 16, and 16 and 16 is 32, plus 6 is 38 inches of a sleeve I need. So 38, and I'm going to go ahead and go 8 inches wide by 38 inches long. So I'm going to go ahead and get that all figured out and cut out, and I'll come back. Hi everyone, I'm back, and I got the sleeves all cut out. This is we have the high-low flannel shirt. I have 2 different patterns. There's the red, and then there's the black checkered. I had to switch it up a little bit because I didn't have enough to go around to make the ruffle, the flared ruffle. So here's the sleeve. I'm going to take the pins out, and I'm going to show you how I I'm going to attempt to do the ruffled flared sleeve. I decided to go with two different materials. Thought that would be kind of fun. And the way I got these measurements for the ruffle for the sleeve is I measured my sleeve. Get my fingers to work there. And I went ahead and it was approximately 8 inches. So I went 8, and then the other side is 8, so that's 16, and I doubled that. So 16 times 2 is 32, and then I added about 7 inches. So this ruffle here is going to be 8 inches wide by about 37 inches. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to my machine, and I'm going to find the inseam, which is right there, of the sleeve of the shirt. Let me lay it down like this. I'm going to take one ruffle, I'm going to go to my machine and put this underneath the machine, and I'm going to go on the outside because I want some fraying to happen. I'm going to go outside the box a little bit and not be afraid to try something. So I'm going to go to the inseam, and I'm going to go an inch to an inch and a half over, and I'll explain why. There's the seam, and about an inch and a half over. And I'm going to go to the machine. I'm going to pinch pleat. I'll lay it down right there, and pinch pleat and go all the way around and sew it on so that it'll be ruffled. Actually, I'm going to go this way with it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go an inch over the seam, and the reason I need that little bit of space that when I come back around, I'm going to need to sew this end to that end, and I'll explain that more when I get to that point. But so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it on the outside of my sleeve. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. This is my first video trying to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over there and pinch pleat and put it underneath the. Let's see if it works like this. Like this. Kind of sew it on like that. And I'll come back and show you. Okay, I got the sleeve done. I want to bring it up close to you. And it's a flared sleeve there. Now what I want to do is, the reason I went ahead and left 1 inch, I gotta cut these little strings, but the reason I started here and I left 1 inch there, 1.5, 2 inches probably. Now I'm going to take this, this is my other end. I hope I'm explaining this okay. So this is the other end, and now I have to take these and connect this. This is extra, so don't get. So what I'll do is I'll take it to my machine and I'll sew down here, so this will be a solid piece, and then I'll cut this off, this excess off, and then I'll pinch pleat it. I'll pinch pleat it closed. And then what I'm thinking about doing is doing a zigzag around here, here, and here, connecting these two and kind of bringing that down, that seam down. So I'm going to go do that at my machine. Okay, I wanted to show you my mistake. So here's the sleeve, which is really nice. It turned out really good. But I wanted to show you that I have to seam rip all this out, because this is where I went over 1.5 inches and I sewed this together, but I shouldn't have sewed it like that. I should sew it like this. So I'm like this instead of it having this showing. I hope that I said that right. But I'm gonna have to take this all out. I just wanted to show you my mistake. And that's what a seam ripper is for. Okay, I got the sleeve done all the way around. So here it is all the way around. It's a nice flared. And I'm going to go ahead and do a zigzag. Now I'm going to go catch this material and then this material and do a zigzag so it doesn't fray as much. I'm going to do a zigzag on right there and possibly on the end. Okay, I'm working on my sleeve. This is the sleeve, the bottom part where it flares out. And I noticed it had a little hole right here, right there. So I made this little patch just out of 2 little pieces of scrap flannel. Let me turn the light on. And I'm just gonna sew this on that little hole. Sew that right on top of there. Pin it on. And then go over to my machine and sew it. So that'll be cute. Okay, I got this part of the sleeve done, the flared part. I ended up putting the zigzag stitch around the bottom, putting a hem in the bottom so it's not open like this, so it's, you know, fraying so much. And I did the zigzag all the way around and put a hem on the sleeve like that, and then I ended up doing a zigzag down this seam because it was just flaring a little bit. It was you know, fraying a lot, not flaring. The sleeve is flaring, the edges are fraying. Okay, so I did that. And here's my other sleeve right here. I ended up putting this patch on the hole. That's how that turned out. And here's the other sleeve. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this on. And this is going to be the hem, the bottom part of the sleeve. So I'm going to find the inseam right here, which is right here. And that's where I'm going to start, and I'm going to pin it around. And I'm going to pinch pleat it as I go. And remember, I'm going to start a little bit, like 1 inch to 2 inches in from my seam, which is right there. So I'm going to get this pinned on and sewed on, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, I got both sleeves done. I went ahead and did the zigzag on the up there on the top too, along along the seams where I connected. And here's the one flared sleeve, and here's the other one. So there's two different. Now I'm going to start the ruffle that's going to go around the whole thing on the bottom. Okay, so the ruffle's going to go, it's going to be out of 3 different flannels. And it's going to start right here. It's going to be 7 inches wide. I'm going to measure this, then I'm going to double it, then add about 10 inches just so I have a little bit extra. And it's going to be 7 inches wide, like the ruffle on the sleeve. I think these are 8 inches, but by the time I got the seam allowances in and everything, it was kind of 7.5, approximately 7.5. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, I got our ruffle going on for the bottom of the shirt, and I sewed a bunch of different flannels together, 8 inches wide, and this is about 122 inches, or not 122, 200 inches long. And I measured around the whole shirt, double that in inches, and then added 10 more inches. That's how I got the length, because I'm going to be pleating this as I go around the bottom of the edge, and I'll show you about that. But here's the ruffle for the bottom. It goes like this, and then it goes to the red, then back to the black and white checkered, and then I had this different flannel that I wanted to use up, so I kind of pieced that together. And then I sewed another piece of the red plaid, and then I sewed a piece of black plaid. I guess this is plaid still. And on this little piece right here had a little hole, so I just embellished it with put a little applique, a little patch on there, and I zigzagged. And I think I'm going to do that, decorate it before I attach it to the shirt. I think I'm going to decorate around like with little hearts, or hearts, or just patches here and there on the ruffle. And so I'll come back and show you. Hi everyone. I'm going to show you the next thing I'm going to get ready to do. I have my ruffle here to go around the bottom, and like I showed you, there's a patch that I put on. I have some more patches that I made, and I'm going to take this to my sewing machine. Like I have this one, I have a little heart like that I could put on here and there. I have this one I made, just some fun little patches, in this one. And I don't know how much is going to show once I get it on there, because this is going to be pleated, like this. So, but I'm going to try and go ahead and just put them here and there on this piece of material. So I'm going to go do that at my sewing machine. I just wanted to let you see the patches before I sewed them on. They're just pieces of scrap flannel, so I can be able to use up as much as I can of everything I have, and this is what makes me happy. You can do what you can do yourself on your own project, but this is what I like to do. This is what's making me happy. And I'm just going to put some here and there, different ones. So I'm going to take this to my machine, and I'll be back. Okay, now I have my ruffle here, and I sewed all the different patchworks. So I got it all done. Took it to my machine and sewed the different patchworks onto the ruffle. Like I said, I don't know how much you're gonna see once it's in the machine, on the shirt. Well, we'll see. There's that one. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and take this over and the edge, the raw edge. I have it all pinned all the way down. I have it all pinned, all 200 inches of it. And I'm going to put a hem on the bottom side of the ruffle so it doesn't fray. So I got it all pinned all the way down. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it to the machine and do that. Okay, it took a bit, but I got it done. I just got relaxed in front of in my sewing machine, at my sewing machine, and I put a hem all on there. So I put it on the whole thing. So I'm going to go ahead and press it. Quite long, and I know I probably won't use all of it. But so this will be the bottom of the shirt. This will be the bottom of the shirt, and this will be where the pleating will go on, and the ruffle, for the ruffle on the shirt on the bottom. Okay, I got the letters all cut out. Cute, right? So the L, and I decided to make the O a heart, and I added a few patches in there, and there's the V and the E, and that's how it's going to be on the back of the shirt. Here's the sleeves. I put the shirt on the mannequin. Here's the sleeves. Right here, the flared sleeves. Here's the other one. They're both different. So I'm going to go ahead and go with a straight stitch around each letter, and then I'm going to do a zigzag. I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Okay, so here we are, almost finished. Got the ruffle all the way around. All the way around on the bottom. Let me spin it around here. Here's the side with the sleeve. Here's the word love, and I put a big heart and a little patch in the middle. And here is the ruffle on the bottom. Did some patches. I'm going to have to trim off my little strings here and there. So cute. So here we go. There's the sleeve there. I'm going to go ahead and bleach it. I'm going to I'll go ahead and put some bleach on a rag, and then wipe it here and there, only where I want it to bleach. I probably should have bleached it before I put the word love on there, but I can always take a rag and wipe it here and there, and then rinse the bleach out and wash it. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a zigzag all the way around the top, right through here. So I'll come back and show you that. Right here so it doesn't fray so much. But yeah, so cute. I love it. Okay, I went ahead and I did a zigzag all the way around our ruffle. There's the straight stitch and there's the zigzag. And a disclaimer, I'm not a professional seamstress. I've never claimed to be a professional seamstress. I don't want to be a professional seamstress. I like doing things and being free And if I make mistakes, sometimes they're happy mistakes, and then sometimes I have to rip it out. But I like being able just to make, you know, go over something a couple times, add some character to it, you know, just like there and right here. And then like right here, it's not perfect. Of course it's not perfect. I'm never going to do perfect work. But that's the fun of it to me. Here's the L. And you know, I went over that a little bit extra because I kind of got off track there. But that's okay to me. I'm going to go ahead and bleach it. Like the E right here, I got a little bit thicker. And then right here I did a little bit thicker. Yeah, so I think it's real cute. And I hope someone else thinks it's real cute. Like here on the flared sleeve, I did 2 zigzag lines. Let's see. And here it's fraying a little bit, which will be fine. I'm going to go ahead and take a rag and I'm going to bleach. I've already bleached this a while back. And I'm going to take a rag and bleach, take a rag with bleach on it and just go like this. And then rinse it out and then throw it in my washer and dryer. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate all of you. Hi everyone, it's me Trisha. Thanks for joining me on my channel. I got the shirt on and I'm going to model it. I'm not the best model, but I really loved it. I loved doing this and I had so much fun. And it turned out very cute and I'm very, very happy with it. It took longer than I thought, but it's so soft and so cozy. And so I'm going to go ahead and here's the high-low. We did the high-low and we did the flared sleeves. And then all the way around, there's the side. And all the way around, and there's the love. And the side. We did the ruffle and we did the zigzagging. Did different things on this one, and I ended up bleaching it, putting it in the washer and rinsing it out really well. Rinse, 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 and then putting it in the washer. And then some of the stitching came out, so I had to repair, but I didn't mind it. Some of it's doing a little bit of fraying, but it just makes it's very cozy, very, very cozy and warm. I wouldn't mind making a blanket out of flannel. It's very, I love how this ruffle, right, this part of this flannel, let me see if I can get it. The flannel on this part of this one came out. I just love that, all the different colors. Each one did its own little thing. But yeah, this is the shirt. It took a little longer than I thought. And I want to thank you so much, so much for staying with me. And if you're at the end of the video, at this part, that means you stuck around. And I can't say enough about how much I appreciate each and every one of you subscribing and commenting. It's helping me out so much. I'm getting so excited. I find so much joy in doing this. And I hope to someday get better and better at teaching and doing it. So I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day.